Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. Your first card that you have is 5 of Raphael. And if you can read the bottom of it, it says, everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. So I get that there are a number of you out there that you're upset with the way things turned out. Scorpios can really hold on to anger, disappointment, but they're encouraging you to let that go this month so it doesn't block you from the blessings that they're trying to bring in. Because I get for some of you, it's love. You had met someone, you thought it was going to work out with that person. It did not. For some of you, I even get that you now have someone new in your life, but you're really not opening up to them because it's almost like you see the card, she's got Archangel Raphael behind her, but it's almost like you're staring off at the person that hurt you, disappointed you, that you thought you were going to be with, but you're not looking to what's right there for you. So they're encouraging you to let that regret go, to let the sadness of that loss go. Because even though things didn't turn out as you expected, that's because God and the angels in the universe, they have something so much better in store for you. But regret and sadness and loss and disappointment, it's not serving you. It's blocking you from those blessings. So they're encouraging you to let that go. Embrace the change. Embrace the new things that are coming in. Embrace that happiness and that joy. And they're saying to be tender toward others. It's almost for some of you, because, Scorpios, they get, hurt and the stinger comes out. So I get for some of you, the person, the romantic partner that you thought you were going to be with that disappointed you, hurt you, you pulled out your stinger with them and stung them. So forgive that person. Come from a place of tenderness, forgiveness, compassion, and love. If it didn't work out, it wasn't meant to be. God has someone way better for you. So forgive. Be ready. Move on so you're ready for that person. And for those of you that have someone new already, that's your person. That's that blessing. It's not what you thought it was, but it's exactly what you've always hoped and dreamed of. And for some of you, I get that this is applicable to work. In this deck, the Raphael suite, it's related to love, emotion, relationships. But I do get for some of you, this is related to your career. Like for some of you were hoping for a promotion, you were hoping to change into a new department, and it just didn't happen. It fell through. And you're really upset about that. And that frustration, that disappointment that you're holding on to, it's blocking you from a different job. And I get for some of you, that's even going to open up in the same company, same organization. But it won't open up and happen for you till you release that. You have to let that go. Know that it just wasn't meant for you. There's something better. Let it go and be ready for the new blessings that are coming your way. They are coming your way. You just need to get out of your way. Let that sadness, upset, disappointment, just let it go. God's got your back. Something else is coming in. And if it's not already coming, I get for some of you, it's already there. Next card we have is 9 of Ariel. The bottom of it says, your dreams are fulfilled. Already there. Hard work leads to great success, a love for the beautiful things in life. And if you look at it, it's very lovely. She's riding a unicorn. Who doesn't want to ride a unicorn? There's a ton of butterflies in there. You got the rainbow back behind her. I get that you guys you've had a really rough year. A lot of stress, a lot of turbulence, a lot of changes in life in all areas that you didn't want, that you didn't expect, and it just kind of made you mad and frustrated. But that's all part of the plan. Because if you look here, you'll see a bunch of butterflies. Essentially that you were going through your time of incubation. Like a caterpillar. When a caterpillar goes into the cocoon and it starts getting squeezed and squeezed, and more oxygen's getting pulled out of the cocoon, and the caterpillar is just, it is sure it's going to die. Life is over. It's done. They're kaput. Go ahead. I'm finished here. Time to go back to the other side. That's when it emerges as a butterfly. And I get April is the month that you are going to emerge from your cocoon as a butterfly. Because all your prayers have been heard and they have been fulfilled in all areas. And they want you to know that all that hardship and the trials and the tribulations and the heartache and the hard work that you all have been putting in, they're commending you on that. Because that is bringing those blessings and those finer things and those things that you desire into your life. And they are coming in full force in April. So now you can just relax, enjoy life, enjoy the rewards. I mean, you've earned it. You've really put it in. You've really worked hard. You've been through the gamut of junk the past year of healing and releasing and growing and developing and lots of life changes to prepare you for your bliss, for your happiness, for those miracles. So just know that now's the time for you to step in to know this is the time of contentment, happiness, joy. This is your treasure on the other side of the rainbow, and it begins in April. Have no doubt about that. It is happening in April. And I get, you'll see it in April, because, oftentimes they'll say, it's happening, and that can sometimes, it's happening, but it's, behind the scenes. But it's not behind the scenes. I mean, you are going to physically see it. The hopes and dreams that you've been praying, asking for, are going to physically start occurring for you in April. And that's pretty amazing. So, congratulations. Next card we have. Now, this is, kind of tied. Children, they like to play. They like to have fun. Have fun. And start enjoying life again. You put in all that hard work. Now you can kind of relax and have a little fun. Be like a child. But there's deeper meaning to this card. If you read the top of it, it says, your children are watched over by angels. At the bottom, dear guardian angels of my children, born and unborn, thank you for watching over my children and ensuring their happiness and safety. Please guide me so that I know the best ways to be a good parent and role model for my own and other people's children. So, okay, I'm getting a few things. Let me see if I can get them to slow down, because they're just firing it off. Okay. I get for some of you, you do have some worries about your children. I get for some of you, they're having trouble at school. Their grades are low. I get that they're not talking to you. It's like they're going through a phase. But it's manifesting where, some of them, maybe they've always been into athletics. And now they don't want to be on the cross country team, and they've just totally, gone inside, and they've become an introvert, and all the things that used to interest them don't anymore, and their grades are dropping, and you're just really, really worried and concerned about them. So the angels are reassuring you that your children are safe, and they are watching over them. And Archangel Michael, he's paying extra special attention to your children right now, to keep them safe, to help them with their path, to guide them back to a better, happier place. So know that they are being watched over. Continue to pray for them and trust and have faith that God and the angels, they're taking care of your babies. So don't worry about that. And then the other side, okay, there's two more sides to it. Okay, so for some of you, I get that you've lost children. For some of you, I get that you lost your children when they were younger. For some of you, I get that you had miscarriages. But I get some of you have children on the other side. And what they're wanting you to know is that your children on the other side are watching over you, and that they're being watched over by the angels. So for those of you that lost a child and their time was cut short here, they love you. They're watching over you from heaven. And the angels are watching over them in heaven. So just know that they are in a happy place. They are happily watching over you and helping you. And they're with you. They're with you often. I get for some of you even get physical signs. So some of you, where your children crossed over at a young age, they give you a lot of signs. So say they take at nighttime, you go to bed, you lay your necklace on your nightstand. They take it and they move it in the middle of the night. So when you wake up in the morning, it's on the dresser, or it's in the bathroom. You'll find a penny sitting on your countertop. But I get that they're leaving you signs to let you know that they're well, they're happy. They are happy. They are pain-free. And they are just filled with love and joy. And they love you. And they love watching over you. And they're just reminding you that they're with you. And they're happy. And it's all okay. And for some of you, I get that this is a sign about your children who are going to incarnate. So this row down here is love, although love's kind of infiltrated a little earlier on in your reading. So I get for some of you, like you've got a son, like a son who's in heaven waiting to incarnate and be born. So ready to be born to you and his father. But I guess it's almost like he's waiting on you and his dad to get your act together and, come together so that he can be born and he can come into this world. And in the meantime, he's being watched over by God and the angels. But it's funny because I'm getting there. They're giving me almost like an image of, him and the angels just all sitting there with their, elbow on their knee and just leaning their head up against their hand, kind of like just waiting, like, is this ever going to happen? And I get an image of like a little boy, like, come on, mom and dad, my life depends on you getting your act together, getting out of your own way. They just said getting out of your own way. So you have a son waiting to be born. Hopefully this is not just for one person. You've got a son waiting to be born, saying, Mom, Dad, get out of your own way. Because those blessings, all that stuff's awaiting. It's just sitting in your own way. So, and they'll help you with that. And your little guy up there, he's trying to help you with that as well. Okay. Next card we have is Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So, for some of you, the second you saw this and saw love, you started thinking of someone. That person you thought of, yes, that's the person they're talking about. That is the person that is your soulmate. I get for a number of you, it's a newer connection. And, you felt this deep connection with them. You're constantly feeling drawn to them, but you're kind of like, there's no way this can be true. No way a relationship can be this good. I mean, because you feel comfort with them. You feel like you've always known them, but it defies all logic because you've just recently met them. You don't really even know them that well, but they're so familiar to you. And that's because they're your soulmate. This is a meant to be divine relationship. It's watched over by the heavens. So trust that. And I get for some of you, who've been hurt, disappointed and all that stuff, don't block that person out of fear, out of doubt, out of past disappointments and hurts, because that is your soulmate. That is the person you're meant to be with. You're feeling that strong connection, that draw, that attraction to that person because they're meant for you. It is watched over by the heavens. And you guys have 3 angels. Angel wings, angel, Trinity. God the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. It is watched over by heaven. All you need to do is let your guard down, get out of your own way, trust, and just know that magic, that spark, that connection that you just can't explain, it's true. And enjoy it. Because that's one of your many dreams that's coming true. And for some of you, you're going to be getting engaged in April. Another part of your dreams coming true. When you read here, it's engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So for some of you that, you're in a relationship, you've met this person, and you just know they're the one. I get for some of you, you've been together for a while. I get for some of you, it's even a newer relationship, but you like have no doubt this is the one. This is my dream. This is what I've always been waiting for. I do get that you'll be getting engaged in April. For some of you, I get that you're going to take the relationship to the next level. You're going to take it from dating, lighthearted dating, to committing to each other, taking it to that next step. And I do get that that's going to happen in April for you. Okay. Last card we have is physical touch is important. And if you can read the bottom of it, it says, for some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. So, as humans, physical touch, it's essential. Science proves all the endorphins that are released from a hug raise our elevation, our happiness, our joy. And so I'm getting for some of you, you're in that relationship with someone that, they've disappointed you, they've hurt you, that you need to forgive them, and you need to start connecting with them again. I get for, it's almost like, Scorpios, when we get scorned and hurt, the stinger comes out and we just don't want to be around that person. So I get for some of you, you've been hurt and upset that you've just pushed and blocked this person out. And for some of you, it may even be that soulmate, that divine connection. Maybe that's why they were saying you're showing the angels and your unborn son, frustrated, waiting for, mom and dad to get their act together, because you've pushed that person away because they hurt you. So they're saying, forgive that person, love that person, let that stuff go, and reconnect with them, because that physical connection is essential. To go spend time together, see each other, hold hands, laugh, kiss, embrace, give back rubs, just be together, because that's going to build the intimacy, the connection. And for some of you, you've been in a relationship, marriage for a long time. There's been a lot of turbulence, a lot of unhappiness, and again, dissatisfaction, hurt, pain, painful words. You can reinvigorate that relationship. You can put that spark back in and start with physical touch. And it doesn't have to be intimate, sexual physical touch. Take a weekend, go focus on each other, have fun, hold hands, kiss, snuggle, take walks, just enjoy being together, because that will put the spark back in. And I do get that is essential for a number of you in the month of April, because that's going to help with that connection. Now, for some of you who are going to be getting engaged, you'll have that. But for some of you, that's going to help with taking the relationship to the next level. That's going to help you get past hurts. That is what's going to help usher in and have your dreams come true for you. So focus on loving your partner, loving your other half, spending quality time together. Know that everything is coming true. You have no worries, all departments.